everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Coaches Show. I'm your host, Molly Jacob. Alongside with me, I have the head coach of the Sacred Heart University softball team, Pam London.
Hi.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So since this is The Coaches Show, let's get into talking about you a little bit.
Oh, boy. Okay.
This is your third year being head coach of the softball team on campus, but your 34th in season on the coaching staff. You were also co-head coach in 2009 when you were voted co-head coach of the year for the NEC.
Right.
Talk about, where did your love for Sacred Heart University softball originate?
I guess because I was a player here. So I grew up in Bridgeport, and I still reside here in Bridgeport. So for me, it was, I wanted to go away to school. But I had a lot of friends that played at Sacred Heart, and they kind of talked me into coming. And when I did and played with them, and you know, we were very successful and just had a great career here, and I just loved it. And to this day, they're still my very best friends, my teammates.
Yeah.
So, and I just stayed. And then Elizabeth Lucky, who was my co-head coach with me, she got the job originally. I was about 24 years old, I think, or something.
Wow.
Oh, I just dated myself, I guess. Oh, well. But anyway, she called me and said, hey, would you think about just giving me a year till I get acclimated, come coach for a year? I was like, I guess, okay, I'll do it. And 34 years later, I'm still here.
Yeah,
So,
once a pioneer, always a pioneer.
100%, 100%, absolutely.
So let's get into your current season. Right now, you guys are 11-31. How would you evaluate it?
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say we were disappointed. You know, we had a lot of promise in the beginning, and we thought we were going to be better than 11-33, or what is it, 11-33?
31.
31. I don't even keep track anymore, to be honest. I really do. It's all about just how we're playing more so than the actual record. You know, we lost a lot of tough games, and then we lost a lot of blowouts. So it's been a very up and down year, one end of the spectrum to the other. There's been great things, and then there's been things that we knew we needed to take care of, and we just didn't.
Yeah.
You
In
know.
those 11 wins, what would you say is the magic that sparked those wins that are missing out in your losses?
Team softball, total team softball. You know, you play defense, you get clutch hits, and you get quality pitching. Not perfect pitching, quality pitching. And we only put that together honestly about 11 times.
Yeah,
You
and we
know.
were talking before about your leaders on the team. You have a leader like Alyssa Gonzalez, who was 2021 NEC Player of the Year and First Team All-Conference. Talk about your leaders on the team and how they've benefited the season and the team chemistry as a whole.
I think they're great leaders. I think they put too much pressure on themselves, and I think sometimes when you do that, it stifles you from playing to the best of your ability. You know, it's very hard to uphold a Player of the Year title, if you will, for Allie, and I think she's carried herself great. You know, I tried to talk to her about not putting that pressure on herself, but it's very hard not to do. You know, she cares. She wanted to be there. She wanted to be that person for the team, and for the most part, she still is. You know, but some things are hard to duplicate. You know, I don't have anything bad to say about them. They're great people. They're great leaders. I know they love Sacred Heart. It just didn't happen for us this year.
Yeah.
You know.
So what do you want your players to get out of this season for next season?
Well, I want them to get out of the fact that resiliency is real, and it takes hard work. And, you know, you have to come every day ready to go back at it, no matter what knocks you down. Control the things you can control, you know, and never give up. And they haven't done that. They really have not given up. I mean, our chances to make playoffs are pretty slim, but we've talked about it. It's not about that. It's about upholding the tradition of Sacred Heart softball.
Right.
And I know that they're dedicated to do that the rest of this way. I know they are.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Coach. That's
Yeah.
all the questions we have for you today. You guys can watch the softball tournament this weekend. We have 2 double headers on campus. You could also tune in on NEC Front Row. This has been The Coaches Show. Again, I'm Molly Jacob with Pam London. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you, Molly.